Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Jine and it's Jine's signatures again. So today I'll be making this beautiful kimono side ruched top with a short knicker or a knicker. So if this is what you're interested in, place it back, relax, and enjoy it. This is going to be a beginner-friendly tutorial. You don't need to waste your time dashing out your money to tailors every time. You can do this for yourself and you can do it in less than 2 hours. So sit back, relax, and let's enjoy it. So that was the inspiration, and this is what I made for my client. It was very, very beautiful. It came out looking nice, and I used, like, you can understand, the plain fabric for the shorts, and then I used the customized fabric for the upper part of the kimono. So like I said, if this is what you're interested in, you're going to be having a detailed tutorial on how to go about this, and it's very, very easy. It's trendy, it's beautiful, and it's beginner friendly. So now I'll be going over to cutting of this beautiful piece right now. So I folded my fabric into four, as you can see. So I'm just trying to show you that it's folded into four. So for the length, I'll be making use of the whole length that we have there on the table. So the next thing to do now is to take your shoulder measurement divided by 2, and then you add the length of your sleeve. That is if you don't have your shoulder to your sleeve length, yeah. But if you have the measurement for your shoulders to your sleeve length, please just go ahead and mark that on your fabric. So I'm trying to mark these lines all the way down to the length of the top, like so. So I'll cut out the excess. So I'll just leave that. So now this is what we have on the table. So the next thing for me to do now is to get my neck width, which I'll be using 3 inches, and then for the neck depth I'll be using 1 inch, and then I'll connect that. And then for my round sleeve opening, I'll just come down by about 10 or 11 inches. So I'm not going to be sloping the shoulder because I don't want it joined on the shoulder. But if you want it joined on the shoulders, you can slope down your shoulders. So for the chest area, I'll divide my hip measurement by 4 and then add about 5 to 6 inches to make it bogus. You can see that it's very free. So I'll just connect that and take it all the way down to the length of the top, like so. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out. So now this is what we have. So now the next thing to do is to separate the front from the back. I only cut out the neckline for the back for now, so I'll just open it up, separate front from the back, and then cut out the neckline for the front. I believe you understand what I'm saying. So just go ahead and separate it like so. So make sure they are properly aligned. You don't want to make mistakes so that when you're sewing your sides, it's not going to be affecting anything. So this is what we have. So all you need to do now, if it were to be like a gown, you're going to be needing the neck depth and all. You get the neck depth like this, and then to know what to cut out, you can cut out 2 inches, but I decided to cut out 1.5 inches for my own. So just mark 1.5 inches all the way down. You don't need a neck depth for this part because it's going to be a jacket. So all you need to do is just connect it to the neck width at the back, like so. So go ahead and connect it like so. So all those places that I marked now, I'm just going to be cutting it out because we'll be replacing it with a collar later on. So just go ahead and cut it out. So if you have watched up to this level, please leave beautiful comments and kindly share, like, and watch till the end. So this is what we have now. So you can see that it's already giving us that form of a kimono jacket look. So the next thing to do now is to measure that place that I cut out, that 1.5 inches all the way around to the next side. So when I cut it out, I measured, I had about 70 something, 78 or 79 inches or thereabout. And so that's what I'll be going ahead to cut out unfold. I cut out 1.5 inches, so when I want to add it now, I'm going to be using 2 inches unfold. I need half an inch to join it back to where I cut out that 1.5 inches. I believe you understand the drift. So now just add this together, join it so that it will be enough for the length that I'm working with. So just go ahead and join it to make it longer. It's perfect for what I need, because when I open it up like that, it's about 4 inches, and when it's unfold, it's 2 inches. So I'll just go ahead, join it, and then I'll be back. So I've gone ahead to join it, and then I've gone ahead to fold it into two. And so, like I told you, it's going to be unfold, because it's going to be sewn as if it's a collar or a band. So I'll take it, and then I'll be sewing from one point of the front part like this, place it unfold like this, then you run your stitch from here all the way up. As if you'd like, you can leave about half an inch or 1 inch before sewing it, but I don't think that is necessary because you're going to be folding everything inside. So just place it like that, and then run your stitch all the way across it like that by 1 inch. Make sure you use your pins to hold it down so that it will be easy for you as a beginner. So I've gone ahead to do that, and then as at this time I finished doing it, this is what we have. And I've gone ahead to give it a very good press. So you can see the half an inch inside. I'll be using my weaving machine to make it neat later on. So this is what we have. I've gone ahead to sew the side seam as well. I used 1 inch for my sewing allowance, and then I've gone ahead to fold the round sleeve too by half inch respectively on both sides, so that it will make this video faster. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is how to attach our ruched effect to the sides. So I'll be opening up one side of the kimono like this, and then I'll be using the allowance to create the ruched effect. So I cut out some strips, and then I like 4 into 4 places depending on the length you want. So the first thing for me to do is to get where I want the ruche to get to. So this is totally dependent on what you want. So I went up by about 14 inches from the length of the kimono jacket like so. So just mark it or indicate it right there. Just go up by about the inches that you want to ruche your own to. So I indicated it like that. So the allowances on each side, because I've gone ahead to iron it open, so I'm going to be using it to create a casing for the ropes that I'll be passing for my ruche. So I'll just go ahead and then fold it in by 1/4 of an inch, and then go ahead and sew it all the way down. I'll do this on this side, I'll do it on this other side as well, on the two sides of the allowances, and then on this other side as well. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be doing that off camera so that it will not take our time. So I've gone ahead to do that, and this is what we have. So I've gone ahead to sew it. So the next thing to do now is to pass our strips into the casing. So that thing that I'm using to pass my strips, I got it from Jine. Yeah, I got it from Jine, and it's been super helpful. I don't need to use safety pin or whatever again. This is very, very beautiful. When I got it, I was so happy. I'm not making any advert for Jine anyways. I just know that some people may want to ask, what did you use? So that's why I'm just saying it. Yeah, so I'm passing it through it like that. So just take your time. There's nothing you can't use this thing for. Actually, it's very, very beautiful. So I'll just pass it in like that, and then bring it out on the other side. So when bringing it out on this other side, you can bring it out about half an inch at that point where you indicated where your ruche is going to get to. That's the point where you're going to be stopping. So you just bring that strip up about half an inch from that point, so that when you want to stitch it down up there, you have an allowance to stitch it down with. You understand what I mean? Yeah. So I'm passing the second strip, as you can see, like so. effortlessly. As you can see me, I'm not fighting with anything. There's nothing obstructing it on the road and all that. In case of safety pin, that sometimes it opens up when you almost through with what you are doing, and you need to bring it out and then start all over again. All those are not involved in this. This is very, very effortless. So now I've dragged it out up to that point, as you can see. So the next thing to do is to just take it to the sewing machine and then sew it down to hold the strips in place. So whatever I did on this side, I'm going to be repeating on this other side, so that it will create that ruched effect. So you can see that this is quite detailed and very, very easy for you to achieve. So for the knicker or for the short, I've already gone ahead to cut and sew it off camera, because of course I already have detailed tutorials or in-depth tutorial on how to cut a perfect knicker or short or trouser. Anything you want is already on the channel. You can check out my playlist and you'll be getting beautiful videos on different things that I've done on the channel. So I've put in one, I will be putting the second one as well. So you can see that I intentionally left this tutorial detailed so that our beginners will understand how this is done. So I'm passing the second side, as you can see. And then you just drag it out like so. That's simple. So we have that. So I'll just take it to the sewing machine and then go and stitch it down to prevent it from coming out. So I've gone ahead to the side of camera, and this is what we have. So after doing that, you can now ruche it. Ruching by pushing the two ropes. You can just push it up to the length you want, how gathered you want it to be by the side. So that is how I'll come to the end of the tutorial for today. So you can see that the tutorial is quite detailed. It's quite beginner friendly and it was quite enjoyable. Yeah, so if you enjoyed it, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you all and God bless you. So I'm going to be pairing it up with the knicker that you saw, or the shorts that you saw on the thumbnail. So thank you all and God bless you. This came out actually looking beautiful. My clients loved it. Thank you all and God bless you. See you all on my next tutorial. So it's Jine's Signatures and I'm signing out. Bye.